Almost most of the time, for you to understand better, if you go to a brand like Sabyasachi, he is a designer. He creates outfits. He designs outfits. What we do is we as stylists pick up brands or designers like Sabyasachi or some jewelry brand or some footwear brand, and we create a look together. So we create an art of visual balance, and that is what our major job is, according to the kind of model we have, according to the kind of celebrity we have. It completely depends on that. So we don't design, but we create a visual art balance, and that is what stylists do. If I break down the process for you for styling per se, it starts with the concept and the mood board that we finalize. After that comes the sourcing part. So according to the model that we have on board, according to the measurements, body types, sizes, we start sourcing for the clothes, accessories, jewelry, everything. And then we start on the shoot day, the fitting. Before the shoot day, the fittings happen, the trials happen, which is the very important part because we don't want any problems happening on the shoot day in terms of measurements. If at all the models are not available, what we do is we keep more options so that we are prepared for the shoot. So that is what happens. And after that, it's the main day of the shoot. We do the all the shoot that happens, and then post that there is also returns, which is a very important part for a stylist because once you are actually done with the shoot, the main part comes of returns wherein there is no damage that has happened to the garments, to the footwear, to anything. So I think that is the basic procedure. Completely, yes, because I feel like today whatever you wear speaks volume for yourself. Forget about the world, but today whatever you are comfortable in, that day your personality speaks a different way. Today if you wear a very colorful outfit, it makes you happy, it gives you a very different vibe altogether. So I think yes, it definitely speaks volume and it adds on to your personality. And also, for example, even on a day when you feel very low, but if you dress up, that day you have a very different charm altogether and the people around you feel the same. So it's the energy that you also give it out. So yes, whatever you wear, your style, it speaks volume. So it depends on your personality. So it completely depends on the kind of client and the budgets and the kind of shoot that you're working for. But if I have to basically break it down for you, we either source it from designers or PR agencies, wherein we do buying or rentals or barter collaboration, wherein the brand also gets some kind of social media presence and name and tags. So that is how we do it. It's majorly that way. For today's shoot per se, if we talk about, I wanted, because it was a very conceptual shoot and we wanted to work with a certain kind of a concept, we went through a tie-dye process and we wanted to create our own prints. So that is something that we do, and that is also a part of sourcing. Completely works through PR agencies or direct contact through certain brands. If you already have a network with that kind of brands and designers, it's very easier for you to have a collaboration, barter collaboration with them. Because if you logically think, if there is a bridal shoot happening or something around those lines, you can't buy a 2 lakh or 3 lakh outfit. You have to actually have a barter collaboration wherein the brand's name and every other brand that is in contact with it gets certain remuneration out of it. So today I wanted to create something because we were talking about society pressures as well. We have different faces and we either go for black or we either believe in white. And we believe in balance, but being very honest, it's the imbalance that we wanted to show. It's neither black or neither white. It's the gray imbalance that we wanted to show. That is why I went with the tie-dye process, which had the very abstract and imbalance of black and white, and that is where we ended up with the tie-dye process. And also, if you could see with Gaurav's outfit, we put some foil paper in it. So it was the reflector that we wanted to showcase in the whole shoot. It talked about the reflections from the society that comes in. So it is a very minimal detail which people might not even think about, but you put a lot of efforts into actually putting the outfit right there, and every detail that you put into it, it has a story, has a concept, has some life to it. So whatever you see in a visual, from a stylist perspective or from a photographer's perspective, everything has a synonym. It depends on first the concept, like I mentioned, also the location, the lights, the kind of models that we have on board. Those are the essence of me locking the outfits. Also the kind of touch that you want to give, because I think every stylist should have their own touch in terms of their own niche. So once that thing is pretty much sorted, I think I can lock the outfit if it completely goes in synergy with all the placements in and with all the creators on board. So I always like taking inspiration from things around me, and sculptures were something that I wanted to work with since a very long time. So the whole concept and the shoot that came along was because of those sculptures that I wanted to play with. And when you think about sculptures, what is it that you see? It's the face. It's the faces that you talk about. And if in today's life, if we talk about faces, you suddenly think about the societal pressures, the faces that people have, the lurings that people have. So that is where the story came into the place. When it came to actually sourcing those sculptures, it was a big task, because the kind of things that we wanted, the kind of designs that we wanted, it was difficult to source. So we got those things made as well. So if you see the abstractness of black and white, then the cracks that you see, those are the little details that we wanted to put it out in the concept, in the sculptures. And that is how the concept came into place. If you want to start it out in the industry, I would actually suggest you to do a lot of test shoot, collaborate with people, put up a photo shoot, and create your kind of portfolio that you want. The next step would be to actually apply to the established stylists out there or PR agencies, however you want to go about it. That is how I started. So I had to create, and I had to apply to, I actually applied to 80 places before actually getting one job, one internship. So I started out with internships. It's always best to experience and have that exposure in the industry. And after that is when you can actually get into the industry as a freelancer. So that is the basic process you should go about to start in the industry. Style, according to me, is always experimenting and actually trying to find your own style, your own niche, because you can't be somebody and somebody can't be you. So always make sure to find your own style and be comfortable with it, because your personality will speak volumes only if you find your own style and you're comfortable in it. So.